jam-packed with a lot of happy folks, and they got good reason. Hello again, everybody. This is Lance Russell with Dave Brown right along ringside. In just a moment, we're going to be in that ring with...
Oh, what a match. Yeah, new generation. Mark Batten, Johnny Wilhoit are going to be in here. Going against Poffo-mania, Randy Savage and Sir Lanny Poffo. That's not all. We got Giant Frazier coming back in here again this week. We'll also have Rick Rude in the single match. Dutch Mantell will be in. He'll be part of a tag team going against the Nightmares. And then, coming up later today, don't go away, Eddie Gilbert will be going against the King, Jerry Lawler.
Oh, goodness. I tell you what, if that isn't some kind of a payoff, and, brother, it starts big and just gets bigger all the way down the line. Dynamite program, and I'll tell you, we have some other features I think you're going to enjoy. We're going to take time out right now. We'll be back with an opening bout with Poffo-mania in just a moment.
Randy Owen of Alabama tells us surprising reasons he loves being a member of country's hottest band. Plus, we'll have Alabama's brand new music video.
Johnny Cash has some fun with his new video, and Waylon Jennings sings one of his biggest hits.
And we'll get an inside look at one of country's most private personalities, John Anderson. Hello, I'm Lori Ann Crow.
And I'm Charlie Chase. Don't miss This Week in Country Music.
He's back. Crazy Larry is back, and his deals are better than ever because he is Crazy Larry. This Sunday, the one, the only Crazy Larry will be at Crazy Larry's Waterbeds on Boonville Highway, making crazy deals just for you. From 1 to 5 on Sunday, Crazy Larry will be crazy. This is your chance to get a great deal on a top-of-the-line waterbed and waterbed accessories. Come see Crazy Larry this Sunday from 1 to 5 at Crazy Larry's Waterbeds on Boonville Highway. If you miss these deals, it'll drive you crazy.
Time was to find out what was on television. You twisted the dial and adjusted the set. Now you have to adjust for a lot of new twists. There's local, network, cable, and pay TV. All those channels, all those choices. But TV Guide clears up the whole picture with primetime charts for instant focus, detailed listings for lasting color, guides to movies, sports, and specials, and crack reporting that fine-tunes your mindset. TV Guide helps you decide.
My job was to find Dee Huddleston and get him back to work. Huddleston was missing big votes on Social Security, the budget, defense, even agriculture. Huddleston was skipping votes but making an extra $50,000 giving speeches. I just missed him when Dee skipped votes for his $1,000 Los Angeles speech. Go, boys, we got him now. I was close at Dee's $2,000 speech in Puerto Rico. Dee Huddleston, thank you very much. Come on. We can't find Dee. Maybe we ought to let him make speeches and switch to Mitch for senator.
Outstanding tag match, and coming in right now, the exciting other half of it, the new generation with Ojo Yamamoto. Okay, Dave, we're ready for the official announcement.
One fall, 15-minute time limit match coming up here. A total weight of 442 pounds from Charleston, West Virginia, and Lexington, Kentucky. Mark Batten, Johnny Wilhoit, the new generation. Their manager, Tojo Yamamoto, and one against them at a total of 470 pounds with Angelo Poffo in their corner. It's Poffo-mania from St. John's, New Brunswick, Canada, Sir Lanny Poffo. And from Sarasota, Florida, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, referee.
Okay, there's the Macho Man with that ornate blue robe he has. Well, that's not exactly blue, Dave. I'm bad on colors.
It's kind of a blue. I think it's a royal blue.
Oh, there we go. That sounds. What else would be in keeping with somebody wrestling with Sir Lanny Poffo but a royal blue robe? The Macho Man peels it down. 6:033. Angelo hops out of the ring. Referee Jerry Calhoun. Wow. Okay, let's get rid of the trunk full of money there, and we're ready for the bell. Here it goes. Starting out will be Johnny Wilhoit.
Wilhoit facing Sir Lanny Poffo. Randy Savage climbing the ropes down the way. Referee sends him back to the corner. Here's Angelo Poffo, 6:033. on the rope. Sir Lanny Poffo, right fist to the midsection. Nice reversal by Wilhoit. Oh, he tried to dump Poffo over his back. Poffo landed on his feet. Lanny this time dumped on his back. Unable to catch himself on his feet. Wilhoit over to the corner, made the tag on Mark Batten. Batten in for the new generation. Nice shoulder butt. Puts him down. Tojo pleased about that one. Pressed by Batten. Shoulders down. Count of one. The referee just barely got the count started. Fast action as we're underway here. 1 minute gone in the match. Johnny Wilhoit reaching for a tag. Mark Batten. The outstretched hand, and the change is made. Johnny Wilhoit with the arm bar on Sir Lanny Poffo. Angelo and Tojo Yamamoto were glaring at each other across the way. Meanwhile, in the ring, Wilhoit, nice drop kick coming off. He caught himself. Put the drop kick on Sir Lanny. Sir Lanny over to the corner, and the tag made on the Macho Man. Randy Savage. Ooh. Leaping over the top rope. Started for the referee. Harry Calhoun says, wait a minute. I am not the opponent here. Savage inviting Tojo into the ring. Now it's the Macho Man, Randy Savage, Johnny Wilhoit. Tag made by the new generation. Mark Batten takes over a headlock. A little hair pulling by Savage. He makes the tag. Sir Lanny Poffo coming in. Poffo Mania against the new generation. 2.5 minutes gone. Batten trying a headlock. Drops Sir Lanny down to the mat. Count started as the shoulders were down, but look at Poffo.
You see that move right there?
I saw the move.
You see that move? Super athlete, yeah. And at any time, man, you can hurt somebody real bad. Tell Tojo Yamamoto that I'm trying to help him.
Word from Randy Savage, the Macho Man. Mark Batten puts Sir Lanny Poffo into the turnbuckles. And to the mat. Sir Lanny over to the corner. The tag on Randy Savage. Savage after the impromptu commentary in the ring now. Down on the hands and knees. Mark Batten staying with him. Oh. Batten lured into the corner, and the tag made. Poffo Mania, both of them working on him. Sir Lanny stays in. Randy heads back for the corner. That was a right fist, right in the top of the forehead. Thrown by Sir Lanny Poffo. Again, the right fist. You can see it doubled up. Poffo knocks him again. The referee finally got in there and warned him about it. Oh.
What's the footwear right here?
Oh, Mark Batten. Clotheslined on the top rope by Randy Savage.
Isn't that fantastic? You have to admit it. We're credit is due.
I don't know for sure how you give credit for a chokehold, but for a choking maneuver, that's what it was. Drop kick by Lanny Poffo. So you got to give Poffo Mania one thing. They are athletes. That's the sort of thing, though, you don't like to see. Look at Lanny just flip back over into the ring. Tremendous upper arm strength he has. He used it there with a fist. His fist doubled up. Batten being hammered. Mark Batten fighting his way back. He's trying to get over to the corner. He gets tag on Johnny Wilhoit. 5 minutes gone in this one. Johnny Wilhoit in there grabs Sir Lanny from behind. Look out, Randy Savage climbing the rope, drops down, double forearm across the back of Mark Batten. Batten on the mat. And the Macho Man, Randy Savage, picking him up. Oh, look out. Mark Batten thrown through the ropes down on the floor. Savage on the top rope. Johnny Wilhoit over to help protect his partner. Savage after Kojo back in the corner.
I think Kojo, I couldn't see, but I believe he reached down there to get one of those shoes.
Yeah. The Imperial One from Japan. Hook down to the mat. Count is 2. Savage almost a victim of the 3 count as Mark Batten had him hooked down in the small package, held him for a 2 count. Popo Mania double teaming now. This is Lanny Popo in. 6 minutes gone. There's a foot to the top of the head by Lanny Popo.
You know, Savage is prone to say when he comes out for a match, boy, you're going to see something you've never seen before. And you know, it's true with these two guys. Lanny and Savage both. Incredible moves. Some of them were not too fond. Look at that.
There's one right there.
Boy. Johnny was leaning it out as far as he could get. And once again, there goes Batten out of the ring, Dave.
Yeah, thrown down on the floor. Johnny Wilhoit down there. You see Randy Savage climbing the rope. How many times have you seen him come leaping off that top rope? Lots of momentum when he lands on his opponent. So that's why Wilhoit and Dojo are back there protecting Batten so he can get back on his feet and back into the ring. That's where he is now. Lanny Popo working on him. Savage still on the top rope. Boy, Johnny Wilhoit up on the apron, and Savage left the top rope and the ring.
He's out there. Insist on jumping on somebody.
That's a right fist again. Lanny Popo has been using that doubled up fist a lot during this match. 7.5 minutes into the action.
Past the halfway mark as Batten scores with a foot. But look out now. We can see Savage sneaking along the ring. Batten got away, though.
Referee also saw Savage just at now. As he was about to spring, it looked like. That's a choke by Lanny Popo on Mark Batten. Batten moves out of the way, and Popo with that move that did not work. Here's the tag, and Johnny Wilhoit coming in. Wilhoit out of Lexington, Kentucky. Oh, to the midsection. Lanny Popo turns to the corner. Randy Savage leaps over the top rope, and as he turns, Wilhoit nailed him. Good drop kick by Wilhoit. Johnny Wilhoit of the new generation running wild here against Popo Mania. Shoulder butt off the rope. Savage set. Wilhoit. Runs into the knee. One time too many as the action got really fast and Savage set himself. Now he body slams Wilhoit.
Savage on the top rope again. Bang!
He connects. There's a cover. 1, 2, and 3.
Well, he finally got off the top rope, and he parlayed it into a 1-2-3 count.
This is a dangerous sport.
Yeah, I know. When you're off the top rope, you bet it
This is
is.
a very dangerous sport.
Crazy Wild Macho Man Randy Savage off the top rope. Slams down on Johnny Wilhoit, a 1-2-3.
A glorious victory.
Yes, Angelo, glorious all the way.
You two have never asked for one of my pawns. I'd be happy to give you one.
Later, Sir Lanny, later.
I think I'll wait for the movie.
Much.
I think we have a look at what happened there. Here's Savage. He finally got on the top rope. Wilhoit lying there in the middle of the ring. And you can see the spring he has. He leaps straight down. Upper arm lands on Wilhoit. The cover. The 3 count fell, and that wrapped it up as Popo Mania gets the win. The time on it, 8 minutes, 49 seconds.
He had been on top of that rope several times throughout the match and finally got off of it. Whoopee! We're going to take time out, and we're going to be back. We've got Big Giant Frazier coming along in a little bit, and we'll be seeing him.
Channel 7
7th Championship Wrestling. Going to be right back in that ring in just a moment. Jimmy Hart, Eddie Gilbert, the international heavyweight champ. We'll be talking with him right now as we're coming up Wednesday night in Evansville with a bout that will have Eddie in a return international heavyweight title match against one very mad Tommy Wildfire Rich.
You know, I'm so excited about the first family of professional wrestling. You know, we have the Southern Belt, we have the International Championship Belt, and the Nightmares of the Southern Heavyweight Champions. Rock and Roll Express, you've got one more shot at it, baby. And now the newest member of the family, hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert. Woo!
You know, Lance, wouldn't you imagine by now Tommy Rich will have learned his lesson? Out of the gracious of my heart and being as gracious person I am, I'm giving Tommy Rich a return match right there in Evansville. Now, I want to tell you and all the people about my victory tour. It's going to be starting in Evansville this week. My victory tour 84 is starting in Evansville with the last rematch Tommy Rich is ever going to give for this, baby. My victory tour means victory, just what it says. And Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert's coming to Evansville with the international title on the line. And Tommy Rich, I don't care really how mad you are because I'm a champion. See, and I've proven to you and all these people that I'm actually the true champion and the real wrestler of us too. Now, you can talk about how bad and everything you are, but let me tell you something. See, there's nobody else that knows you as good as I do. And I don't care what you do and what holes you come out there with. I'm the better wrestler, and you're just a loser like all those people in Evansville, and I'm going to walk out the champion.
Well, Eddie, don't take him too light. Just remember, he held the world title, and he's going to be after you for more than one.
A one-week wonder. What do you have it for? 24 hours, 4 days, 3 days? But it doesn't have it now. We're talking about now. Don't talk about the past. This is the future. This is the first family of professional wrestling. Let me tell you something, Tommy. I love those three-piece suits. They're so outdated. You're all dressed up, baby, but no place to go. This is the family, baby. You want us to come and get it, but don't stand out here talking about it, right? Right, Russell? Why don't you get your cameras and come on up there? That's a good idea. Why don't you be there, Russell? You need to leave Memphis and make a trip with us, baby. It's great.
Okay.
Come on.
We'll see it Wednesday night in Evansville.
Match coming up. One of the wrestlers outweighs the other more than 2-1. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee at 203 pounds, David Johnson. And going against him from Mississippi with his manager Jimmy Hart at 420 pounds, Giant Frazier. 480 pounds, Jimmy Hart. He's put on a little weight.
Possibly missed that, man. I don't know. Now, of course, you don't believe not a word Hart said.
Maybe 60 pounds of Jimmy Hart's hardware, too.
Yeah.
Underway. And look at the size difference in the two wrestlers. Frazier, I think most of you know. David Johnson, most of you wrestling fans have seen before. Frazier with height, tremendous size advantage here.
Just not hardly anybody as big as Giant Frazier.
No.
Boy, he is huge. David Johnson down on the deck, and Frazier, who will not give you a lot of classy wrestling moves, but he will just absolutely lean on you and use that weight advantage right away. Put the big chop going right at David Johnson, and David back down on the mat.
You know, Russell, I just had a tremendous idea of sitting here looking at Frazier. Can't you imagine Plowboy Frazier, 480 pounds, teaming up with King Kong Bundy, 450 pounds for super heavyweights? What do you think?
I don't think there's a ring in the world that'll hold the two of them in there.
And I don't think there's a team in the world that can beat them, do you?
Yeah, well...
What a super idea, super heavyweight. Bring it. I just thought about that. This is going to be great.
Jimmy, I just can't hardly stand the brilliance. Big Giant Frazier, left hand goes to the midsection right away. He goes after David. Fires him back down. Had him right at the throat. There's that leg drop. Oh, boy. Giant Frazier. He does not break any speed records anywhere down the line, Dave, but boy, oh, good night. He sat right down on his head. 1, 2, 3. And David just totally outmanned. There was no way in the world that he was going to be able to stay in there with it. As Jimmy Hart jumps up, and Giant Frazier being congratulated by Hart. Just look. Put yourself in David Johnson's place as the big giant is coming down on him. Now watch this. Here he comes. Whoa. He sat right down on his head, Dave. Rolled over and got the 1, 2, 3. I got to tell you, it makes me Hick to even think about it. So the winner, Giant Frazier, and that was a short match, to say the very least. We've got ravishing Rick Rude, who will be with us in not many minutes from right now.
If you like TV, you'll love a satellite dish from Galaxy Satellite Systems. Galaxy has satellite dishes starting at $19.95, and you can get up to 150 channels. Galaxy offers you professional installation and servicing, a 2-year guarantee on the satellite dish, and a 1-year guarantee on the electronics. Loose mounts are also available. For a free satellite demonstration, stop in at Galaxy Satellite Systems, 5425 Boonville Highway in Evansville, or call 473-1432. You will receive nothing but quality from Galaxy Satellites.
Don't miss the all-new Hee Haw, America's #1 comedy music variety show. Yes, Hee Haw's brand new with fresh new features, new faces, and new wild and crazy fun for the whole family. Plus, brand new hits by country music's greatest stars that make Hee Haw country's finest hour. So join Buck and Roy and the whole Hee Haw gang. Y'all come!
Hee Haw, Saturday night at 6 on Channel 7.
Still got some dynamite action coming up here on Channel 7's Championship Wrestling. Be back in that ring in just one moment. Hey, put this one down. Owensboro, right down the pike a ways on Thursday, September the 13th. 6 big matches, including the Boogeyman, Handsome Jimmy Valiant. He's going to be there on Thursday, September the 13th, Owensboro Sports Center. And then on Thursday, September the 20th, Paoli, Indiana will host Championship Wrestling. Make your plans in that area to get out and see it. Now, coming up Wednesday night, and that's right upon us, my friend, Kurt Von Hess opens up against Tojo Yamamoto. Then the exciting New Generation will be taking on the Dirty White Boys in that tag match. A Southern Tag Team title match will have the Rock and Roll Express sizzling to get those Southern Tag titles back, held by Jimmy Hart's Nightmares, and you can better believe it's all going to hang out right there. And speaking of somebody wanting a title back, Tommy Wildfire Rich, he not only wants the International Heavyweight title back, he wants Eddie Gilbert. He'll have his chance Wednesday night.
Stepping up under the apron right now, the ravishing one, Rick Rude. This is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing, over on the right side of the screen, from Louisville, Kentucky, 259 pounds, Randy Johnson. And going against him, with Jimmy Hart as his manager, from Beverly Hills, California, 232 pounds, Rick Rude. This match, one-fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun is the referee.
Okay, we're ready for the bell, and I'll tell you what, that is not going to be the most competitive match that we've ever seen. No. It's just not in Rude's class. There's no question about it. Rick starts out pounding right away on the big guy and picks him up, slams him down, and he's continuing to go right after him. Rude shovels him into the rope, big elbow, puts him prattle right out on the deck and drops another elbow on him. Rick Rude.
This is guy, where's he from, Jonesboro? You say Jonesboro?
Funny, Jimmy. Funny.
He's the key to the city. This guy's trying to be a copy of Plowboy Frazier, trying to dress up like Frazier. I can't believe this, man. Beautiful, baby.
Rick Rude pounding Brandy all over the ring in there, picks him up in the air. Let me tell you, that is the chore.
Baby,
It's got to be.
How much does he weigh?
He weighs a butt.
259.
259.
Rick Rude picked it up like
And that's
baby. Beautiful. That's so much fun.
Rick Rude manhandling Randy Johnson. He's over by the ropes. He hasn't been able to make one serious offensive effort. Oh, that's a smart remark, huh? I'll tell you, Rude has a way about him. Yeah, he does. Rick Rude pounding Johnson down, and Randy trying to get back up to his knees. And now, slam down into the mat, and Rick Rude, total domination. Well, he's got a solution to this. He could go ahead and get to 1, 2, 3, and rather than continuing to carry this on. Okay. Rude saying this one's for the king, and Rude is up on the second rope, slams it down. You've seen Lawler do that many a time. 1, 2, 3. He got the count. And is absolutely no surprise to anybody. Rick Rude comes out and puts the finish on Randy Johnson in there.
2 minutes, 15 seconds of time. No contest in the opening.
Okay, well, we're going to take time out now, and we'll get ready for a tag match. It's going to be a contest and a half. The Nightmares going against Dutch Mantell and Mark Regan. That action coming up in just a moment.
Star is considered the most popular pianist in the world. He's already sold 27 million records and won 121 gold records. Richard Clayderman's romantic music is loved in 38 countries. And now, for the first time in America, Richard Clayderman offers you his Music of Love treasury. Most romantic music. The most beautiful love songs of today and yesterday. Music to stir your senses. Music to stir memories. Richly orchestrated. Richard Clayderman, Music of Love. These treasuries will fill your days and nights with Richard Clayderman magic. Not available in stores. Order yours now.
Bill 898 for album, 998 for 8-track tape orchestra to Music of Love. Box 7, Evansville 47701. You must play this Richard Clayderman album more and enjoy it more than any you own or money back. This offer will end with no advance notice, so don't delay. Write this address down now and mail today to Music of Love. Box 7, Evansville 47701. That's Music of Love, Box 7, Evansville, Indiana 47701.
Into the ring right now, the Nightmares and New York City, Mark Regan. We are just about set to go. It is one fall, 15-minute time limit match, and a total of 422 pounds with manager Jimmy Hart. It's the Nightmares going against a total of 456 pounds from New York City, Mark Regan, and his partner from Oilcroft, Texas, Dutch Mantell. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. The referee, Jerry Calhoun.
New York City and Oilcroft, Texas, meeting in our Action Championship ring here, ready to go as they go against the Southern Tag Champions, the Nightmares. And I got to tell you, Regan, who is a young fella who was picking up experience all the time. Sometimes I think a lot of people think in terms of his breakdancing. They don't think of him as what a classy wrestler he is. He's in there with one of the best partners that you can get in tag action, tough Dutch Mantell, opening up against Nightmare number 2.
You know, I think you summed it up. They don't think of him at all. They just don't think of him, period.
Oh, I got to stay all day without that one. All right, we're in action as the referee steps in between. This would be a doggone good tag match, I think.
It should be indeed. Nightmare number 2 in there against Dutch Mantell.
Hart getting over there with a smart routine. He better look out, because I'll tell you what, Dutch Mantell still hadn't forgotten in one previous match where Hart was jabbing him, choking him, and everything else, and the Dutch would like nothing better than to get a hold of him. Top wrist lock down to the deck, and the Nightmare back on his feet now, makes the tag. Here comes Nightmare number 1.
Nightmare backs into a corner. Dutch Mantell did not go into that corner after him. He just waits for him to come out of there. That's move of a veteran. Sometimes you go into that corner too quickly and you find yourself in trouble, especially against a team like the Nightmares. Tag made by Dutch. This is Mark Regan. Regan with a headlock on the Nightmare. Regan steps over. Nightmare turns. Regan grabs him, takes him right down to the mat. Nightmare reverses with a headlock. With a head scissors. Regan. Ooh. Nice little moves. He works out of that. Back on his feet.
That didn't impress me. That didn't impress me at all.
I'm not surprised. It was a fine move, though, by Mark Regan. Nightmares makes tag. Here is Nightmare number 2 in there right now. Nightmare. Whoa. Look at Regan there with a drop kick. He backs the Nightmare into the corner again.
Come here, Callie. What's your name? FCC, let's start getting our message.
Well, the Nightmare. That looks like a Jimmy Hart tactic to me. He's complaining about his mask being pulled. Where did he learn that, Jimmy?
Well, the guy did pull the mask. You saw it while ago, and you know what I'm still upset about is how, while ago on the tag, how did Dutch call one of the Nightmares, and they let Mark Reagan come in and hit him with a fist, and Calhoun didn't say anything to him about it. Now tell me why.
I didn't see him hit him with a fist. I saw the tag made, and I didn't see any problem with it. I don't know. Perhaps from the Jimmy Hart vantage point, things often look a little bit different.
Well, I am closer to the ring than you are, but let's look at this match
I wish you were a little closer right now.
Closer to you?
No,
what kind of guy are you?
Nightmare into the rope. Regan waiting for him, rolls him down, and again. Does that impress you?
Yep, that was a very good little move.
That was a terrific move by Regan.
Very good move.
Kind of emphasizes
very good move.
What we have seen from Regan and what Lamb said earlier.
Look at Dutch. Dutch is asleep on the turnbuckle. Look at him over there, leaning over there, completely asleep.
We may find out how asleep he is. Regan facing Nightmare number 1.
Don't worry about it. We've got it under control here. Don't worry.
Regan backed into a corner.
I see. Legal. That was legal. Right. Legal.
That was legal. That was
legal forearm.
No doubt about it. Regan with a reversal and then rolls the Nightmare down to the mat. He goes for a head scissors. Is he going to get it? Yeah, he got it. Didn't hold on to it, but that's all right. He got the Nightmare off his feet, and the Nightmare out of the ring down here on the floor. He's complaining about something. I don't know about these guys. Nightmare back, both of them back up on the apron. Nightmare number 1 back in the ring. Complaints. Mark Regan made him look bad, and the Nightmare comes up with some kind of complaint on it.
Bad?
Yeah, he did.
I guess that's your opinion.
He rolled him out of the ring, ran him right out of the ring there briefly. He climbs back in and made the tag, and now this is Nightmare number 1 in there.
Okay, now
there's the tag.
Now, see, he's holding him while he made the tag. Now, watch this. Watch. Now, look at that. Is that legal? Is that legal? Now, you tell me, Dave Brown, there's 15,000 little kids watching out there now.
That was not legal.
That was not legal.
Thank you
very much.
He should have broken the hold as he came in.
He should have, but he didn't do it. What did Calhoun do? What did Calhoun say to it? Nothing. Not one thing, did he, Dave Brown?
He didn't get to a 3 count on it, for sure. Dutch Mantell in there with the headlock now on the Nightmare. Nightmare.
People wonder why I do the things that I do. These guys drive me to it. See, the Lawlers, the Mantells, the Valiants, these kind of people, see, they cheat.
Nightmare reaching for the hair, thought better of it. They're complaining about mask again, I think. The headlock by Dutch Mantell. Nightmare on the mat. Shoulder is up. The right shoulder well off the mat, so no count again.
All right, now there's a tag.
There's the tag. The Nightmare is making exchange.
There you go. Now, that was legal. The Nightmare let him go. See there? Hey, you better watch your mouth, Dutch. Hey, now look at this. Look at this.
Oh, that's coming out of here. After Hart. Yeah, Hush, you run your mouth now, I'll bust it wide open, Jack. I'm about sick and tired of your stuff.
Live TV, baby. That was a threat on live TV right there. Did you see? Did I say anything bad about Dutch Mantell? No, I did not. I did not. Okay, you got it now, buddy. You got me mad now.
Mantell coming out here after Hart. I think we're about to get everybody back in the ring.
All right, I'm going to show everybody these are the Southern Heavyweight Champions, the greatest team in the history of professional wrestling today. Now, Dutch Mantell leaps out of the ring and challenged me. You want me, Dutch? You got it, baby.
All right, yeah, you just go ahead and climb into that ring. That'll get a disqualification on the Nightmares and also give Dutch Mantell a chance to get to you. But I think you're going to see the speed of Jimmy Hart from now on during this match. If Mantell starts after him, you will see one of the fastest human beings alive when he's running from an opponent. Mantell with a right fist. Yeah, he had the fist doubled. He nailed the Nightmare. Dutch slides out of the ring. Look out. Round the table, and there you go. There goes Jimmy. We're 7 minutes, 20 seconds into the action. I tell you what, a little bit of concern here that Dutch and Mark Regan do need to concentrate on the Nightmares rather than Hart, at least till they get the match won. Nightmares are holders currently of the Southern Tag Team Championship belt. That means you cannot take them lightly. Nightmare number 1. Tag made by Dutch Mantell. Here's Mark Regan coming in. Regan fired into the rope. Nice shoulder butt coming down. Look out from behind. The Nightmare kneed him in the kidney. And the other Nightmare in the ring takes advantage and starts jumping up and down on him. Now picks him up in the air. The big body slams. He dropped him in the center of the ring. Nightmares make a tag. Nightmare number 1 coming in. And now Jimmy Hart is happy. From outside the ring, one of the Nightmares turned the tables. Ooh. Nightmare just drove Regan into the turnbuckle. Then a power slam down to the mat. A cover count is 2. That's the 2 count. Regan able to break it. He's still alive. But the Nightmares have now taken control. Regan, backdrop. Nightmare makes the tag. Double elbow drop. First from one, then from the other. That's double team too, Jimmy. That's just as illegal as what you were complaining about a couple of minutes ago. After the tag is made, you're supposed to leave. Go back out on the apron. Put one hand on the turnbuckle. The Nightmare. The bear hug on Mark Regan. Here to see Regan trying to force his way out of it. Nightmare is pretty well set up on the hole. Oh, little jab. And Regan does get the hold broken. Dutch Mantell, you can see that outstretched hand. Regan, long way from the tag. No chance to get the tag there as the Nightmare grabs him from behind. We're coming up on the 10-minute mark in this match. 10 minutes. Time limit on it is 15, so time from now on will begin to be a factor in the match. Double team by the Nightmares. One of them came in without benefit of a tag. Strangely enough, I don't hear Hart complaining about that. Regan trying to force his way back to the corner for the tag on Mantell. Nightmare, there's a double team. The other one jumps in there and pulls his hair. Regan was about a foot and a half away from the tag on Dutch Mantell, but the double team by the Nightmares stopped his efforts. Nightmare number 1. 10 minutes, 45 seconds gone. tag. Mark Regan gets to the corner. Here comes the Dutchman. Oilcroft, Texas turned loose here against Jimmy Hart's Nightmares. Regan grabs one now, Dutch the other. Mantell puts him into the rope. There's a cover. Look out. Hart jumps into the ring. Referee's in the corner. Hart with a cane takes a swing. Mantell has a hand on him. Hart gets away. Disqualification on the Nightmares. Hart gets out of the ring. He escapes from Dutch Mantell, who almost had Hart. There were the hands raised to Mark Regan and Dutch Mantell. They win it on disqualification as Hart jumped in there. He was ready to nail Dutch Mantell with that cane.
That's one way to look at it.
I have never heard such complaints as I have heard, I think, today from the Nightmares and Jimmy. Yeah, I have. I've heard them from Jimmy Hart and his guys before. Same thing. He was pulled into the ring. We can show you what happened here. As Hart was in there with the cane. Okay, well, there you see him at ringside. Now watch it. You see how he was pulled into the ring. Nobody within 10 feet of him. He jumped right in there. He thought the referee wouldn't see him. He was about to nail Dutch. Dutch turned around and saw him and reached for him. And Dutch had a hand on him. Thought he had him there, but the Nightmare was able to slow Dutch down long enough, and that Hart was able to get out of the ring. And there you see him leaping out of the ring. But the disqualification occurred. The referee says, it's all over. Dutch Mantell and Mark Regan win it.
That was pretty good teamwork, too, because as Regan took up the pursuit of Hart in there, the Nightmare tackled him so Jimmy could get away and get outside of the ring in there. I'm telling you one thing. Well, he didn't hit anybody, his man, Dutch, or anybody else when he was in there with it. It is a disqualification, and Dutch and Regan will get the win on it. We've got more action coming up. We'll be back to it in just a moment. Like it next Wednesday night right there in Evansville. Son of a gun, what a wheel of a card you're going to have in there, including Southern Tag Team title match where the Rock and Roll Express will get another crack at the titles and the Nightmares, and then an International Heavyweight Championship match. When I tell you Tommy Rich, Eddie Gilbert, you know trouble is on the way.
You know, first of all, I want to wish the Rock and Roll Express all the luck in the world. But Eddie Gilbert, I'm talking about you. You know, you and myself, we was a tag team when we run up the roads, together. And I thought you was one heck of a man. You know, you and me had our disagreements. But when you and Jimmy Hart teamed up together, last week in Evansville, Indiana, if you'd have beat me, I could have tipped my hat to you and said you was a hell of a man. But you didn't do it. Hart threw you a chain, I whipped your tail, and before it was over, when I got up and had my hand raised, the referee seen a chain in my tights. So what I'm saying, you ain't nothing. I'm coming after that international title, and what I'm telling you, Jimmy Hart, is I'm coming after you, too. Everybody says they're going to hurt Jimmy Hart. I've seen Jimmy Hart get knocked around. I've seen Jerry Lawler. I've seen Jackie Fargo. I've seen them all beat him up. But what I'm telling you, Jimmy Hart, is I'm going to hurt you. And what I'm talking about is I ain't going to punch you. What I'm talking about is if I get a chance, I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to drop you on your head. I'm going to hurt you. I want you to see you in a neck collar. And then Eddie Gilbert, I'm coming after that international title. And just like I said, it's mine. First of all, I'm going to take that from you. And then Hart, just like I've been saying, brother, because I'm serious. I got a new song, The Wild-Eyed Southern Boy. And I think that you're the one that brought it out in me. Eddie Gilbert and Jimmy Hart in Evansville, Indiana. I'm going to show you what the Wild-Eyed Southern Boy can do because I'm making a promise. Hart, I'm going to snatch you up and I'm going to drop you on your head. Evansville, Indiana.
All right, the match of the week, main event anywhere, coming up right here. This one is going to have on one side of the ring at 206 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. And on the other side of the ring from Memphis, Tennessee at 234 pounds, the King, Jerry Lawler.
Dave, I think you incurred the wrath of Mr. Gilbert up there as you failed to say Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert.
Yeah. Eddie Hot
We got it, Eddie.
Gilbert. All right.
All right, referee Jerry Calhoun. The instructions have already been given. There's the bell, and we are, in fact, off and running.
The King wants to make it a championship match.
No, I think it's scheduled as a non-title bout, Jerry. I don't think you're going to see Eddie Gilbert put it up. One of the rare times where Jerry is not wearing a belt of his own, Dave. And he'd kind of like to pick up the international heavyweight belt. Eddie says, nope, let's go this way. And they're off and running. The King with a weight advantage on Gilbert. Gilbert very quick. Moves with that rolling arm lock. Takes him over and down with it. Nice. Yeah. Very satisfactory. You can better believe that. Lawler took note of it, too. Once again, they tie it up. This time, Gilbert crotches him straight up in the air. Slams him down, and hot stuff is hot tonight. Boy, I'll tell you. Jerry Lawler getting a little surprise. We've remarked so many times about what a slow starter Jerry is. He seems to have to get cranked up with one in the mouth before he really gets unwound. And Eddie Gilbert with a nice hip toss in there. 3 times he's been able to put Lawler down. Now, that's not the same as keeping him down for a 3 count. Oh, look at here. Lawler gave him back to him in spades. Gilbert out of the ring on the floor. Jerry just lumped them all together and slammed him around 3 times. Now, that doesn't look so hot. At least not for Gilbert. At the count of 7, Gilbert is back through the rope. And the King moving straight in on him. Gilbert backing away. Lance Russell and Dave Brown along ringside with a commentary on Championship Wrestling. And a dandy of a single match as the crowd getting on, Eddie. Not so much that they're getting on Eddie as they're cheering for Jerry. Getting ragged and upset a little bit here. Everybody in Championship Wrestling studio here is cheering for the King. Beauty out of that corner. Gilbert came in, but with better thought. Eddie Gilbert, Jerry Lawler. Now they tie it up. On a break. Ooh. Gilbert. That's Lawler with that right.
Well, that one could come back to haunt him, too.
Got that right. That's that right we were talking about that wakes Jerry up. Really gets him fired. Referee's telling you about it, Eddie. You better pay attention to him. Calhoun saying keep that fist open. Lawler saying, okay, let me show you how we can play that. Into the rope. Lawler was getting ready to crank on him, too. Whoa. Gilbert decides might be a good time just to hold up. All right.
Tell you what, that did not look that athletic as he held onto the ropes and went tumbling out of the ring, but I think he came out better than he would have if Lawler had caught him with that right hand.
Lawler put him out of the ring in another fashion. Because he had that right hand cocked and ready to fire. Hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert, back in the ring, and the King stalking him, ready to tango.
A little over 4.5 minutes gone in this one.
Over the top. Underneath. Ripped him a good one.
He did. He waited for him, and timing was just right. And the King got him.
The referee talking to Lawler about using the fist. Eddie's trying to get a little time from the referee, and the referee says, come on, let's go.
Eddie is telling the referee that he was hit.
Yes, he was.
As everyone knows, he is telling the truth, too. They're trying to declare a truce, but it's too late for that, I'll tell you.
Lawler starting in with a fist ready to go, and the referee intercepts him. Gilbert with a hair. Oh, look at him go. Eddie Gilbert ripping away on Lawler. Puts him down.
Eddie Gilbert's continuing to have the upper hand here against the King. What can you imagine? What a victory against the King here would do if Eddie could add that to what is already a rather impressive string of victories in recent weeks.
Yes, sir. Eddie holding the international heavyweight title bout. The King pops that strap down. And he goes after Gilbert with some of the things that Gilbert dished out to him. Our time edging down here on our... here comes Richard. Jimmy Hart. That'll be it. Gilbert holding Lawler while Rude slashing away at him. Hart dancing around, saying, hit him, hit him, hit him. Jerry down off on the floor is Rude and Gilbert. Oh, look out. Lawler spies that chair. Whoa, that'll clear the ring out. Look out. Lawler fired that chair and almost got Rude right in the back of the head, but Rude got away. Lawler's going to end up winning it on a disqualification with Rude and Hart jumping in there.
7:09 the time.
7 minutes, 9 seconds. The King comes out victorious in a bout with Eddie Gilbert. Won it by disqualification. I'm certain that he would have liked it otherwise. But that is going to be sufficient for this particular day and time. We'll take time out and be back in just a moment.
Filled with surprise. I am forever seeing things that cannot be real, but they are. I am constantly hearing stories I cannot believe, but I must. Believe it or not. Jack Palance. It was you on Ripley.
Attention all Tri-State newspaper, radio, and TV stations. Sign-ups are now being taken for the Tri-State Media Softball Tournament to be held Saturday and Sunday, September 22nd and 23rd at Tompkins School. This is a charity event with all proceeds going to benefit the United Cerebral Palsy. For more information or to enter, call 424-9487. Positions are limited, so sign up today.
Here it comes, the Gallup poll to end all Gallup polls.
Don't ask me, honey. Ask God.
Don't ask me, ask God. A star-studded night of comedy, powerful drama, and searching commentary with Vincent Price, Ben Vereen, Steve Allen, and many more. Don't miss it.
Saturday on the big movie.
You some kind of a crook? Oh, heavens, no, man. I promise you, I've never stolen anything in my life. But I'm thinking about it. The gold would be placed aboard a chartered excursion flight.
You want us to steal an airplane?
Unheard of. Bold. Totally unexpected. That's why we're going to succeed.
Fred Astaire plots to steal $10 million in gold in Midas Run, Saturday night at 10:30.
Well, we ended up with a big one there with the Lawler and the Gilbert one. It was going pretty hot and heavy there, and I liked it. But, of course, as usual, Jimmy Hart, in this case, Rick Rude joined him, had to come in there and mess up a doggone good bout in there, and it ends up Jerry gets a disqualification. He's not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. You're not happy
Not
about
at all, but
that is the way it goes anyhow.
it is a win, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of good action in there. Some of them were uneven and one-sided, but we had a lot of good action. Let's go back and take a look at what happened today.
All right, we did get off to a start here with a new generation going against Popo-Mania, Randy Savage and Sir Lanny Popo. This one wrapped up as Randy Savage was up on the top rope, and you can see what happened as Randy finally got under the top rope. He tried this a couple of times in the match, and finally he nailed Johnny Wilhoit, and then the count of 3 fell right after that. So Savage and Popo-Mania with a win over Mark Batten and Johnny Wilhoit, the new generation. That was just the opening bell, though, in a total day of wrestling action.
And it rang Johnny Wilhoit's bell, too,
sure
when that
did.
235 came flying off that rope in there.
Yeah, I tell you. Then also we had one which appeared to be a mismatch from the beginning, as David Johnson was going in against Giant Frazier. Frazier weighing twice what Johnson weighed. Johnson made an effort. He made an effort to battle Frazier, but it just didn't work out. You can see what Frazier did to him as he started all the way across the ring, and in midair, there he is, 420 pounds. Boom, he just sat right down on his head. That wrapped it up in a minute.
Still hurt, Dave.
Yeah, Frazier gets the win. Also, Rick Rude won his match. Dutch Mantell and Mark Regan by disqualification over the Nightmares. And Lawler defeats Eddie Gilbert again by disqualification as Jimmy Hart enters the ring and gets Eddie disqualified.
Yeah, we had a situation where Hart was involved in 2 of them on disqualification. Hey, we got more of it coming up next week. And until we see you at that time, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.